Hey folks, I'm Raven. Patch 3.0 is out for Space Marine 2, and whilst it changes several things about the game, the most talked about features are the ones that it's buffing and nerfing. Across the board, they've nerfed a lot of the Tzeentchian units, and they've buffed basically only things like the Carnifex and Hive Tyrant. And you know what? It's the opposite of what I wanted for the game. I was somebody that has staunchly defended the idea that the game isn't too hard, and that you can learn to play on the harder difficulties. And I stand by that idea, that beyond things like Dyspraxia, where you will have a naturally lower skill ceiling than the average player that doesn't suffer from certain conditions, you can just learn. And it is just people not understanding the game on a fundamental level. But I don't think they should revert the patch, and I don't think it's a big deal. Whilst I disagree with it, I think it's fine. The reasoning? More accessibility and a lower skill ceiling for the game means more people can learn without struggling. Meaning, when they put the new difficulty in, more people are going to be able to access it. As you can see from the achievements list on Steam right now, only about 10% of people have managed to beat the game on the hardest setting in co-op, which is confusing to me because I don't think it's as hard as people think it is, but clearly it's harder than I think it is. I might be wrong, which is obviously not true because I could never be wrong. But if we follow the hypothetical that I could be wrong, then yes, lower the difficulty, make it easier. More people should be able to access the game's higher difficulties without having to break an arm and a leg sweating their way through it to try to get even a slight hint of success. Sure, I can solo it, but clearly I'm either overestimating the average player or underestimating myself, because if this many people are struggling, this update is a good thing, because at the end of the day, Space Marine 2 isn't for me or the other 10% of players that are playing the game consistently on the hardest settings. It's for everyone that has the game, meaning making it more accessible for everyone that has the game is a good thing. Plus, the new difficulty is coming out in a couple of months, and at that point, I'll be able to nail my balls to the wall in that instead. It's fine. Too long didn't read. Everybody deserves to have fun with video games, and making them more accessible isn't a bad thing, although lowering the difficulty of the hardest settings is always a weird one because there is a difficulty slider for a reason. But yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. The majority of people are what keeps the game alive. Unfortunately for people like myself in the minority with this game who prefer the challenging side of it, it's true. If the majority of people do not have fun and they leave, I don't get to have fun because they can't support the game if nobody plays it. And I get a new difficulty in a couple of months that I imagine is going to be more challenging than what Ruthless was. So, I don't know, just chill out. It's not a big deal. Just let people have fun, keep playing the game. It might be a little bit easier, but honestly, unless you're like a perfect player, you're gonna still find moments where you struggle anyway. Just play the harder missions solo. Try playing the Drake boss mission by yourself. That shit isn't gonna happen unless you're a god. It's really difficult because I'm gonna be honest, it's nails. It's impossible. Go do that. Anyway, besides that, we hit 1,000 subs. Pog! We got big 4 number. There are four numbers next to my channel now, rather than 3. Pog! Bigger number, better person. No, seriously, thank you for the support. I get it. I am a god and deserve all of the support I'm getting because I'm excellent and amazing, and honestly, no one else compares. But for those of you that saw that before the people saw it, I appreciate the support. No, okay, I need to be more genuine. I'm sorry, I use sarcasm and humor to hide how I really feel about things, and how I really feel is overwhelmingly grateful. It is wonderful to finally have even a tiny measure of validation for something I have wanted to do since I was a child. But yeah, I think I've rambled enough now, and I'm wrapping it up. If you enjoyed or you didn't enjoy, I don't care. Like the video and subscribe. I don't care whether you enjoyed the video or you agreed or not. Just subscribe anyway. Bigger number, better person. Subscribe. Make me the better person. Also, if you're extra cool and buff and handsome and sexy and awesome, you should join the Discord. We have an amazing little cult growing there. And if you want to worship me, you should join that, because worshipping me is what you should do. It's the only correct path forward in life. Besides that, have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.